Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Anna. I'm a little bit spooky, and today we're going to be playing with some few new things that I picked up at the drugstore and going through how I like to do my makeup lately and a few little new items I've added in that have rounded out kind of my day-to-day or go-to way of doing makeup. So yeah, we do have a new mascara from L'Oreal to play with, a couple of more of the e.l.f. beauty wands. I did pick up the blushes and the more bronzer shade, so I think we'll play with that today. A few other goodies, so let's dive in. Oh, also a really exciting new brow product. So let's go ahead and get started on the makeup. Before we do, don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know down below if there's any other new drugstore goodies that you're interested in. I love trying out drugstore stuff. It's fun, and I do see Wet n Wild's got some new stuff that I'm real interested in. So anyway, without further ado, let's get into the makeup goodness. I have the new L'Oreal Panorama Mascara to play with. I did briefly test this in a vlog and kind of show how it wore through the gym. Pretty good. I got the e.l.f. beauty wands. I actually have a little collection of these now. But I picked up two of the blush shades and the one that's more, I think, light medium, that has a bit more of a warmer undertone, so I thought we could mix it and use it as a bit more of a bronze situation with the really cool tone one. So there's that, and I got a couple of new lip liners from MAC here to play with, and some more Revlon Super Lustrous lipsticks because I have a little obsession with those. Yeah, and a new really exciting brow product to me because I get excited about brow products. This is the Build a Brow from Maybelline, which we'll be testing out first today and seeing how that goes. And I've just pulled some old favorites as well to mix in, and I think we're going to use Pretty Grunge on the eyes today. I'm in my mob wife era still. I'm loving that and having that kind of neutral, cool-ish smoky eye situation. So that's what we're doing today. What else did I want to mention? Oh, and I do have a new skincare item that I think we can kind of bring into the makeup category a little bit because it's meant to kind of color correct and help with redness. This is the Herbivore Green Magic Cica and Ceramide Redness Reducing Serum. So we're going to go with this first. I have already done my normal skincare routine as far as my Dr. Barbara Strum anti-aging day cream, eye cream, and serum. And yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and add some of this on. Let me put my sleeves up and put my hair out my face. Grab my little clippies. Okay, get my mirror in position. We've got our coffee. Today I got a coffee from Little Cakes because we were out getting lunch and it was next door. And what's really cute about this place is they always put a little Bible verse on their things, like handwritten on. And they're usually something a little bit different every time. So today we have 1 John 4:7, which I looked it up. It's actually a very sweet verse, and that's just nice. It's just nice. I'm not what you would call particularly religious, but I appreciate kindness and things like that for some reason, just because of the meaning behind it was very sweet. I also had a king cake cupcake situation. It's called king cake bites, and I was thinking it's gonna be like a cake ball bite. No, it was pieces of king cake mushed together into a cupcake container with all the sugary topping and icing on top. It was a little rich, a little too rich, but the cake part was awesome. It was very, very delicious. Okay, let's put on some of this Herbivore. I'm gonna do 2 pumps, and this does come out quite green looking, but it shears out. I've been using this for a few days now, and I really like the texture of it. It feels so hydrating and lovely on the skin and very soothing. So that's really, really nice, but I'm not sure how much it does for redness. Ugh. Flake of something on my face there. But let's see. I'm actually going to try to pay attention to what it might look like. And the thing is, when I apply anything, my skin goes red because I have very reactive skin to the touch. So I'll have to let it kind of calm down. But this is just a very soothing product, very hydrating, pleasant fragrance. It just feels good on the skin. Plays well with all my other skincare. A little bit more for the forehead. I do find this to be a very, very soothing product. And I have increased my, or kind of up my retinol game. So it's nice to have these a little bit more skin loving, gentle products, less like active stuff. And ceramides are just very nice. I like anything that's got ceramides in it. But yeah, I don't think it does like a ton for the redness. Like I still have my little red patches and all that, but I do think it's a very soothing product and makes the skin feel really good and prepped for the day. It does great underneath makeup and all that. So yeah, and it just has a little twist to lock situation here, which I kind of like that because I lose caps to everything. I always lose them. I drop them and they get kicked or knocked underneath a desk or table and it's gone forever. But yeah, it doesn't give you any kind of green cast or anything like that. It's not super opaque. It's just a very soothing product. And I think if you had irritated skin, like maybe you did a pretty intense face mask or something, there's a lot of actives, that could be really, really nice to apply in the morning just to keep everything nice and soothed and happy. But yeah, it feels like a light moisturizer also, so it definitely offers a good bit of hydration to me. It feels good. It just feels good. This is the first time I've tried anything with like the Cica situation going. All right, now for the brows, we have this from L'Oreal, or from Maybelline, the Build a Brow, and what you get is a brow pin on one side that has a very, very fine tip, which I really like that. And then on this side you have what they're calling a sealing gel type of thing, and it's basically, it's not quite as firm hold as like a Benefit's brow setter, but it's pretty good hold, and it's supposed to lock everything in for 24 hours. I wore it to the gym yesterday, and I did my first leg day back since my foot injury, like full leg day of leg press, squats, the whole thing. My brows were perfect afterwards, and my mascara. So yeah, this is the outer packaging of how it will look on the shelf. I have ash brown. Yeah, you go with the pen, then you seal everything in with the gel over top. Say that there's not like a lot of product, I don't think, in this whole thing. So I don't know how long this is gonna last, but we'll see, and I will definitely keep you updated on how long it lasts as far as just the product itself. We'll see when it shows up in empties. All right, so I'm gonna take the brow pen side and just go through and do some little hair-like strokes. This pen, why is my hand shaking? This pen is so fine. Like it's definitely more precise than the NYX one, and I really like the NYX one. So that's cool. This is even better as far as that goes. Like, it really does look like hairs. It's very, very user-friendly. And you can really get into those little gaps. And of course you can layer this up with a brow pencil or something, which is what I typically do. But I want to just show this on its own. I mean, that's nice. There's a brow. A very natural looking real brow. It doesn't look like I filled it in. I have a feeling this is going to be a repurchased item for me. A go-to, because I really like the way this does. And the wear time is wonderful so far. And the ash brown shade is pretty perfect for my brow hairs. It doesn't feel like too much is coming out of the pen, which one thing with the NYX one, sometimes a little too much will come out of the tip. This one is just very user-friendly. Like, there's no messiness. And just wonderful precision. There we go. A nice little brow. And I'm going to take the gel side next. Which, I mean, it's teeny tiny. Look at that. It's so small. And then you have a little wand. I feel like I'm going to go through that pretty quickly. I like to give the pen a little time to dry down and then go in with this. You could probably do it the other way around too if you wanted to. And just go ahead and brush my hairs into place. Kind of lock everything in. Now, I hardly ever do my brows on camera because it's like a 3-step process. and takes me a minute. This is definitely streamlining things a bit. I just love how like they look like real brows. There's no blockiness in there. And you can kind of press it down and get a little bit of a laminated effect. But it doesn't feel crunchy either. Get back in with the pen for just a second and make sure it looks how I want it. Quick little swipes through. I think this brow product is a winner. Yeah, I'm definitely liking this brow situation. Good product, Maybelline, good job. I don't know the price point on it. All that should have been on the screen already. But I don't think it was crazy. It's probably around the $10 price point, I would think. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and prime my eyes with my NYX Ultimate eyeshadow base. Just a quick little prime situation. Okay. And I'm going to pop just a touch of concealer on my lids just to take down any freckles and veininess. So I have a lot of veins and freckles on the lids. So I'm just going to put a little bit of NYX. Bear with me. Just the teensiest amount. Alright, and I'm going to set that down with a little bit of translucent powder just to create a nice base for blending that's not going to be too tuggy or sticky and just really set everything in. I'm just going to use a little bit of some Halo Glow setting powder from e.l.f. and go ahead and get that set before it creases. I do have very creasy lids. Now let's jump into some eyeshadow really quickly. I like to do my eyes first, even if I'm not doing like a dramatic look or anything particularly heavy. I just think my makeup looks better when I do that. It's my process, and there's always a method to my madness. So I'm going to take Pretty Grunge today, and we're just going to dive into some of these matte shades over here and go from there. So I think I'm going to grab a bit of Liberty first, start everything out, and we'll use a little fluffy brush. And also doing my eyes first, it kind of gives me a little grace to get messy. Take some of Liberty, run that through the socket, and open out. I'm not going to be spending too much time going through like all the details on the eyes because it's really nothing that out of the ordinary for me. I just did post a very soft kind of everyday simple look using this palette because I know it's a palette you look at and you think pure drama. So I want to do something a little bit subdued with it. So I do have a video about that, but today we're going to kind of split the difference because I'm typically a little extra. And then let's take some of Brave on the tip of this brush and tuck that a little tighter in. I like that slight purpley tone that Brave has. I think it's pretty. Nice. I'm going to take a touch more Liberty. Pull some of that in. I really don't have a devoted like way I do my eyeshadow every day or anything. I do kind of play and experiment daily with that. Yeah, I'm going to take some more Brave on a precision firm blender and bring that right out here on the outer V area. I feel like there's not really any new drugstore eyeshadow palettes. That's something. It's all been like a lot of lip and cheek stuff coming out. A couple of new mascaras. Not seeing a big focus on eye makeup. A few new brow things from Maybelline. Like that wasn't the only new brow thing. I think they had a couple other things. And not seeing a absolute ton of complexion really. Or bronzer. Wet n Wild has a new foundation coming out, which I'm very excited about trying. CoverGirl's got that one. That's the Chanel dupe, which I'm also pretty interested in. And I think there is basically a repackaged and kind of reformulated version of the L'Oreal True Match Eye Cream and a Concealer that is coming out, or is out, but I haven't seen it in the store yet. Now I'm going to take some Nirvana, which is the deepest matte brown in this palette. It's like a eggplanty matte brown. And I'm going to grab that on a liner brush first and then go from there. Actually, I'm going to take some eyeliner. This is a little Maybelline Tattoo Studio brown liner that I forgot I had. I'm like, it got shoved to the back bottom of my little container. Like, you know what? We should use this up. We should try to make our way through this because it's a great eyeliner. It gets lost in my little container. So I'm going to start keeping it in my little drawer right here next to my brow stuff. And try to keep all my little short ones that I reach for often. Because these aren't tall to begin with. They're pretty short when you buy them. Take this along the lash line. If you hear zombies in the background, that's my husband's playing Until Dawn or something like that. I don't know, some zombie game. I do not like zombie games. I hate them. In fact, I don't like zombie shows. Nothing to do with them. Don't like it. Gives me nightmares. Alright, so I'm just going to blend a little bit of that. Or apply a little bit of that to the lash line. Let taper as we come in. And before it sets down, I'm going to take the little liner brush and soften it. I'm going to take some of this into the tight line as well, on the upper lash line. That might get revisited later. Not sure. Oop. Oh no, the end come off in the cap. Oh man. Let's see if we can maybe shove the pencil back in and get that out there. Ha, okay. There we go. Okay. Crisis averted. I can put the lid back on and not lose it because these kind of pencils do dry out. Now I'm going to take some Nirvana from the Huda palette. And I'm going to go over where I put that liner. Soft, smudgy situation there. I'm not going to worry about things getting messy just yet, because I can clean that up. I'm just using that to create a nice little smokiness. And for a palette that I was initially iffy on getting, and you know, kind of back and forth, hoeing and humming over it, I sure do love it. And I'm glad I got it, because I do like legit reach for this all the time, and because the browns in here and the matte shades are so functional and just great for this time of year between this and the I Need a Nude palette. That's all I've wanted to do for eyeshadow recently, aside from playing with some other palettes that were from my friend to do videos with. These two, I've just been like, these are great, these are fantastic. Zero regrets. I keep trying to talk myself out of wanting that YSL Clutch palette. I talked about that way back at Christmas time in a like gift idea video and started kind of being into it then and just kind of put it off. I was like, it's $68 for 4 eyeshadows, girl, come on, get real. I can't stop thinking about it. I've been thinking about it for months now, and when it comes back in stock, I think I might get it. But also, I'm like, girl, that's $68 for 4 eyeshadows that are just shades of beige. Like, I know it's irrational and silly to want that palette, but I want it. I just do. And you know what? Maybe I don't have to justify that I want something to just want it. I'm surprised that it like got popular. I didn't see that coming. It's like, aw, I wanted it first. I just didn't buy it. Stupid TikTok or whatever made it go viral. Is TikTok still as popular as it was, or is it kind of going the way of Snapchat? I feel like Reels might have overtaken it a little bit. Like, I don't feel like I hear people talk about TikTok quite as much as I was hearing it. I prefer Reels personally because it's Instagram and I have the Reels right there all in one app and I don't have to switch apps. I like it for the convenience factor. One less thing I have to have an account on and mess with. I'm taking that firm blender, softening that out. I really don't like having a million apps and having to use a million apps, even if it's just for entertainment, not creating content. I don't care. I don't care enough. It's like I never messed with Snapchat because I just didn't. I thought it was silly and kind of whatever. Had zero interest in that. I didn't even know Snapchat was still relevant. And so I get mentioned the other day in like a congressional hearing. It's like people are still using Snapchat. Alright, I'm taking a firm blender with no product. Soften those edges. I think this will be like my everyday mob wife vibes. And I'm gonna grab a bit of the matte black in here as well. And just get right at that lash. Flat brush, kind of a flat packer brush. And take some stand up. I'm just gonna sweep that onto the lid. Alright, I'm gonna grab a little bit more Liberty. And I'm gonna take some of Maverick, which is my other little favorite shade in this palette. It's just so pretty. And hit that inner corner. Add in just a little bit of some sparkle. Now I'm gonna clamp this little bit of Fallout. Little bit. I got a bit of fallout. I'm gonna take just a little bit of face primer to clean up with. This is NYX Marshmallow Primer. Don't have this on the rest of my face, but we're gonna use it for cleaning up. Got some magic eraser. And take whatever is left of the primer. Just on the T-zone because I squirted out too much. Now we're gonna do some underpainting, which I'm excited about doing with these beauty wands. I have showed and tested the highlight wand in Champagne and the contour in Fair Light. So we will be using these today, and I'm going to use this one to do like a actual like shadowy contour, but we're going to take the one in the shade light medium to bring some warmth in. I feel like that could be a good little combo. And I have two of the blushes. I have the blushes in Rosé You Slay and Magic Hour. I thought these shades were very, very pretty, and I don't know which one I want to use today. I think I might go with Magic Hour. Rosé You Slay is beautiful, and I'm pretty sure this is a Charlotte Tilbury dupe. Pretty sure. For like Pinkasm, maybe. But Magic Hour, I'm not sure if it's a dupe or anything. And it looks really like bronze or copper on. It looks really copper on camera, but in person, there's definitely like a mauviness in there with the warmth. And I love that kind of color, that warm mauve. Doesn't sound like it should be a thing, but it is. I think Hourglass Ambient Lighting Blush in Mood Exposure. It's a berry mauve with a warmth in it. And that is, I love that kind of shade. I don't know what this little red patch is going on up here is. A little hive or something. Alright, so I'm going to start with the more cool tone shade. And I'm going to put that in the hollows of the face. Now, these do get a little messy, so there is that, which I think everyone complains about with these types of products. We're going to put this anywhere that we want the shadowiness to be. In the hollows, around the jaw here, and we'll do around the nose, and around the mouth. A la Scott Mars. And we blend that out with a little putty brush from e.l.f. I think it's meant to apply the primer. Whatever. I don't think the depth level is much difference between these two. It's more the colors different. And actually the deeper shades look very nice. Like they actually have a shadowy coolness in them, which I thought was nice for the drugstore. You don't see that often. I mean, it's rare that you see cool tone contour products at the drugstore, period. But to actually be a decent little shade range in it, I thought was quite nice. Usually when they go deeper, they just go warm. They don't incorporate those cooler shadowy tones for deeper skin tones a lot, which exists and makes sense to have. And like higher end brands do that, especially Danessa Myricks. Her contour shades are just beautiful. So many undertones. And like the Balm ones, which are on clearance right now. I love the shades of them, but again, I don't know if I want something that is a balm texture for contouring. So I think that was might be one of the on clearance. Alright, and for the nose, I'm just going to use this little guy. That just gives such a nice natural shadowiness on my skin tone. Quite like it a lot. Very easy to work with. Easy to blend out. Good stuff. Oh, I forgot I was going to put some of the Halo Glow on. Let's pop a little bit of that on real quick. I need to get this in a lighter shade. this one is a bit deep on me. I mean, I have the Charlotte Tilbury in the lighter shade. I don't know why I need the e.l.f. too. I don't. Just bring this out with a brush here. It's a nice little bit of glow in. Now I'm going to take the warmer of the two in light medium, and we're going to use this to bring in just warmth around the face. So I'm going to put a little bit right in here, but a bit more on the perimeter where I like that warmer look to be. Do just a little bit down there as well. And blend that out with the same brush. Just work that in. I think those in tandem are going to be perfect. That brings in just the perfect amount of warmth. Quite nice. Very nice. I love these two. Definitely loving the contour options for sure. Take a little bit of the blush. Let's do Magic Hour. And I'm going to buff that out with the little brush here. I feel like these do set quickly. So I like to kind of get in immediately and get them blended. That's pretty. That is very pretty. I like that color. Very glowy. I would like to see them come out with these in like a matte formula. Or not matte, but maybe not super glowy. I think it would be really nice to have yeah, I guess like a cream finish. Just for the options, because everybody wants super glowy blush lighter look, which this is very much that. If you don't like using the applicator, you can always take a brush and kind of work that way. I tend to do that with blushes more. I feel like it's easier to apply them. But that is a lovely tone. I'm into the blushy ones. I definitely think the best application technique though is not working straight from the wand and maybe taking the brush onto the wand, then blending it into your hand and then going in. You're gonna have a better time. And I feel like the same for the highlighter, I've noticed. So I'm gonna take the highlighter now. This is in Champagne, which is the lightest of the shades. And I pretty much do the same thing. I take it like this. This also will keep you from getting like all the excess around there. And then tip tap a little bit on. So I feel like the highlighter and the blush, they set very fast, and you kind of got to get in there and get them blended. You don't have a lot of playtime. Pretty. I do think the highlighter can enhance a bit of texture, but doing it with the underpainting, I feel like it kind of mitigates it a little bit by putting the foundation and everything over top. But yeah, that looks good. That's good. So now we will do some concealer. I'm going to take some of the NYX. Bear with me. I don't have any new concealers today. And my little concealer brush here. And go ahead and brighten up under the eye. My Real Technique sponge. This is the Miracle Complexion Sponge. They just sent me one of these and I want to revisit it. So this is damp. I'm going to use that to really blend out the concealer. Just haven't used one of these in so long. Just want to remember what it was like. I'll use that to make sure everything is coming together. Yeah, these still feel really good. Very satisfying texture to pounce around the face. You see, things are starting to come together. Alright, now I'm going to take a little tiny bit of the Halo Healthy Glow from Smashbox, just right where I really want to brighten up. Alright, and now we take some of my foundation. I'm actually going to use something different than what I've been using lately. I pulled back out the Maybelline Superstay 24-Hour Skin Tint because I forgot I had it and it popped in my head the other day and I was like, oh yeah, that's such a good foundation. Why did I put it away? Oh yeah, because I wanted to try to use up other ones, but I'm bringing it back out because I want to use it. It's so good. And we're going to apply it with the brush, sponge. And we can just do a little like pounce over the face. And everything will just magically mesh together. Yep. Still love this foundation. And we got the pretty glow coming through and the structure from underpainting, but it doesn't look heavy or in your face. Too much product. It just looks blended and airbrushed, and yeah, just nice. Really like the way that came out. Okay, let's set the face really quickly as well. I'm going to use the Halo Glow powder for this also, and apply this with a Real Techniques velour side of their Miracle 2-in-1 sponge. Use the little velour puff side. Really liking the velour puff. Very nice glowy skin. Loving that. Alright, let's go back to the lower lash line. Finish that up quickly. I am going to grab that little eyeliner and run a bit of that on the outer portion and join it up. Give that a little soften. Alright, I'm going to grab a little smudge brush and go back into Brave. And I'm going to smoke out the lower lash line with this. And we'll take the Precision Firm blender and just soften that up. And a bit of Liberty. I keep wanting to sing like that commercial for like is it auto insurance or something? It's like Liberty, Liberty, Liberty. Something like that. Is it auto insurance? It's better than having the O'Reilly theme song in your head, isn't it? Anything might be better than that. I get that in my head lots. Alright, we'll take some Nirvana liner brush. Tight in there. Alright, I'm going to grab a little bit of Stand Up Inner Corner, a little bit of Maverick. I'm going to grab a little bit of powder bronzer. I'm just really trying to use this one up. I'm nowhere near pan on it. It's a number 7 bronzer that is discontinued, but it's a lovely bronzer. So I'm just going to use it, okay? Just doing a little light dusting around the perimeter. So I do like to go over where I've applied creams and reinforce it with powder. It's a whole process, but I like it. Okay, and then I'm going to top my little blushy cheeks off with some of MAC Warm Soul. I feel like Warm Soul and Magic Hour really kind of complement one another. Alright, let's give the lashes a curl and put on some of this L'Oreal Panorama Mascara. Where's my lash curler? Hello. Here you are. And this is a beautiful packaging. Love the gold. Love it. Really nice little kind of cone-shaped tapered plastic bristle wand that is very effective. And I have this in black brown. Very easy to use. And this is meant to give that fanning, like full fan effect type of thing. It's meant to really fan out the lashes. Might be a little similar to Fan Fest from Benefit, but a very different wand, but the same effect. To me, it lengthens, it definitely adds volume. I mean, it's a very pretty mascara. Layers up good, holds a curl, doesn't really flake or transfer. Like, I mean, I wore it to the gym, got sweaty. It looked perfect that night after a whole day. The bristles are meant to like really grab every lash and get in there and spread them out. So you definitely don't really have much issue with clumpiness or any of that either, which is nice. It's supposed to give a 1.4 times bigger eye look. Corner to corner panoramic volume. Agreed, I think it does that. Multi-level bristle to like get in there, and it's lashes look 11 times more volumized. Even application from root to tip, yeah. Stretch Flex technology gives flexible lash volume for 24-hour wear, clump resistant, flake resistant, smudge resistant. Removes easily with soap and water. It does. It kind of gives me a little bit of a tubing mascara vibe when I removed it last night. Yeah, it really doesn't get clumpy or chunky or crispy feeling. It's soft on the lashes all day. You don't feel it on your eyes. And 2 coats, it looks great. The wand doesn't get covered in mascara when you pull it out either. It's not stabby. It seemed a little pricey at $15 for a mascara. I don't know if I just noticed that, or have they always costed that? I feel like mascara's always been closer to the $10 price point, maybe $12, but $15 and some change. Pushing it. Pushing it, L'Oreal. Yep, that's a good mascara. Very good. Really, really liking that. Now, let's look at some lip items. Now, I got two new lip liners from MAC. I got Cork and Chestnut. I'm going to go on with Chestnut today. And a new lipstick from Revlon. This is actually a new super lustrous, like as in a new one to their range. It is called Whiskey Business, and it just looked like a very pretty color. So let me just show you what that looks like in a swatch. There we go. How many brands have something called Whiskey Business? It's a very pretty color, and I was drawn to it. So I think it's going to look really cool with Chestnut from MAC. So let's give this a go. The Chestnut is a very dark brown, clearly with a bit of a cooler undertone. I'm going to soften that up and blend it a little bit. Alright, and then in the center, I'm going to take Whiskey Business. Good pairing. Very 90s. That's what I was going for. And this is a cream finish. Now this is a Mob Wife lip. Yep. I really like that. That is pretty. Very pretty. So that is Revlon Super Lustrous and Whiskey Business layered over MAC Chestnut. 10 out of 10 for that lip. Okay, I think we might be done. Are we done? Do we need more blush? Do we need anything? Need a little more smokiness around the eyes? Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. That we can use just a touch. I like a smoky under eye lately. I'm gonna grab a little more Brave. Take it on the tip of this little flat smudgy brush from Sonia Kashuk, and a bit more Nirvana. Okay, and I think this will be our look complete for today. Just some, I kind of look I'm really into right now is this little bit neutral, a little bit leaning cool, very, a little bit Mob Wife. I'm in the Mob Wife era, okay. And yeah, I just want to test out a few more of the new little makeup items I've picked up lately with you guys, and I will keep you posted on how those perform and if my opinions and thoughts form and change or whatever in a product update video. I always film those every month and a half or so. I put those up where I just talk about anything that I've been trying out lately and let you know my final thoughts on them and firm opinions. So yeah, so far I really like these e.l.f. blushes in the Beauty Wand formula. Liking adding in that bronzer shade for sure. The lips, really like this lip combo a lot. That's a good combo of those two together. It was nice revisiting this little sponge. I like it. Yeah, these are still good. These are still really nice. What else was new? Oh, mascara. Fantastic mascara. And the Brow Builder from Maybelline is a 10 out of 10 hit for me so far. So yeah, thanks for hanging out and playing with some new makeup with me, and I will see you guys in the next one. Stay safe and stay spooky. Bye now.